Hey, good morning, everyone. And great to see you here. I'm not going to take too much of your time. I'm the CEO of Pentacube, and Pentacube is into cybersecurity. But I'm not here to talk about that. I'm going to give you a very brief about cyber insurance in the time of artificial intelligence. That's a little bit of a twist, right, from what you are actually coming here to listen. What does cyber insurance have to do with cybersecurity and artificial intelligence? And we'll talk about that. So what if you receive a message like this? Have you received a message like this? Well, this is a very personal message. My wife received this message. It's 4 a.m. in the morning, and it says 2.36 lakhs have been withdrawn from your money. What would you do? You would panic, you would wake up in a sweat, but you would obviously know the next steps because a lot of you are into cybersecurity here, right? Call up 1930. We tried, nobody lifted that number. Go to your this thing. So a lot of steps which have to be done. But remember this, right? And the second thing that I want to talk to you about is, what if your business has to do this? So when the CrowdStrike outage happened, again, this is very personal. I was at the Delhi airport. All the systems were down, and this is how flights were being scheduled. So both the examples I'm giving to you today are very, very personal. This is what's happened. Cybersecurity is everywhere, whether you like it or not. And being a cyber professional, you'll probably have seen this and you'll relate to it, right? I had so many questions about business continuity, cybersecurity, all of that when I did this. Now, in both these cases, whether you're an individual who's going through something cyber and whether you're a business who's going through something cyber, what's very important here is that everybody needs cyber insurance. And it's a term which we really try and avoid. We try and avoid it like life insurance does, right? When we talk about cyber insurance, we're like, any insurance salesman, what do you do when you receive a phone call? Hang up, right? That's the first thing you want to do. But here I am about to talk to you about why this is important and how it relates to the topic at hand, how artificial intelligence and cyber insurance are going to come together, and in a very important way, right? What does a traditional cyber insurance policy offer? So when you buy a health insurance, you know there is A, B, C, D coverages, right? Hospital, room rent, ambulance, etc. Cyber insurance cover offers something like this: data breach response, business interruption losses coverage. So Indigo would have probably had, if they had cyber insurance, could have claimed for that data breach or the business interruption they faced. Ransomware coverage or any kind of ransom that you face. Data restoration costs. All of these get covered. Very good. As long as you have your cyber insurance. But I have a question for you here and a very quick one to deal with it. So I am a company that makes AI related software. That software that I have made is now hallucinating. I'm sure some of you have heard these terms. Hallucinating, is biased. Now there is a case against me. Will my insurance policy pay? I really don't know. Now is the time for us to, apart from AI and cybersecurity, take that one step to think about, does my company require a cyber insurance? What kind of a cyber insurance does it require? And do I need to change it if I am building AI into my solutions? Right? So for an insurance company, trying to insure cyber AI-related risk is something of an unknown. There are known unknowns for them, right? Ransomware attack, they know there is going to be facing so many percentage of ransomware attack. What kind of claims or what kind of risks are going to materialize from AI is something which even for an insurance company is an unknown. And that's something which is being explored right now as we talk. So how does an insurer go about looking at your cyber insurance risk? First thing they look at, can your company be exploited? Which industry are you from? Are you from an industry which is susceptible to being exploited? Do you handle data like personally identifiable information? Do you handle protected health information? If yes, you are at a higher risk category. Which geography are you from? Some geographies are more susceptible to cyber attacks. Do you use AI? What kind of risks come out of AI? All of that are what an insurer will ask you. And they will also ask you what kind of protection mechanisms you have in place, right? Are you certified on cybersecurity? Do you take data backup? Do you have any kind of encryption, and many more such things, right? And based on all of that, the insurance company will decide whether they want to give you the cyber insurance policy or not. If they want to give you a cyber insurance policy, how much premium will they charge you? More likely than not, they will give you the insurance, but they will charge you a much higher premium if you're not properly having the right controls in place for your organization. Then come the jargon within the insurance industries that you talk about, right? All of that is like very difficult to look at. What are the coverages? There are limits and sublimits, and there are excesses, and there are deductibles. How many of you have heard all of these words? I would say about 20 to 30% of people, because not everybody is well aware of all these terms. Only when you have had to go through a claim, you will say, sir, aapka deductible to itna hi tha, you have to pay this much. And that's when you start to realize, yeah? Yeah, copay. Copay is another term that you come across, yeah. Right? So, all of these terms start to get confusing for us as individuals and for us as corporates who buy cyber insurance. And that's where there are things which you want to think about, especially when you're starting to build systems which have artificial intelligence, because the risks of artificial intelligence are very different from what your traditional insurance will cover for you, right? So some of the risks that I've mentioned here, AIs can hallucinate. Equity risk, you know what an equity risk is? Equality and equity. Providing equal opportunities or providing equity to an individual for a particular service that I'm providing. AI might not do that. AI might give rise to ethical risks. Apart from your traditional security risks, apart from your traditional data risks, in fact, the last one should have read data risks. Algorithmic risk, what is the algorithm I'm using? What is the model that I'm using in AI? All of these give rise to certain types of risks. And all of these risks are technically covered as well as not covered. It's like Schrodinger's cat. You don't know whether they're covered or not until you make a claim, right? So for example, when you say that my AI system has an algorithmic problem, my algorithm is not in the right manner, the model that I'm using is not giving me the right output. Now it is giving me a slightly biased output, or is giving me slightly tending towards a particular solution. What are the implications of that, and how is it going to impact my business? Apart from impacting my business, if at all there was an incident, can I even claim cyber insurance? Because your insurer will look at all these things and then decide whether, even though you have paid your premiums diligently, whether you're still eligible for this or not. So that's a very important part of the whole ecosystem you have to think about. So how can you get the right cyber insurance and the right at the right premium? Very simple. Think like an insurer does. How does an insurer think? From the perspective of exploitability and protection that we just saw, right? What kind of exploitability you have and what kind of protection mechanisms you have in place, right? So just outside we have a booth for with our product Crux, which is used by insurance companies to understand the risk. It gives you a report, something like this, which is protective and exploitative score. And just for this event, just for the cyber COE, we are allowing the people here to use it as if they are an insurer and see where their risk lies. Because this tool is not accessible to people other than insurance companies. But just for this event, we have made an exception, thanks to Dr. Sriram Garu here and are working with them. So if you are interested, please reach out to us there. Get an assessment done. This is a questionnaire-based assessment. Plus, there is a system attack surface analysis. I recommend not going in for the attack surface right now because it takes a lot of time. Go in for a questionnaire-based assessment. See where your organization is with respect to this score and find out ways to improve. It will give you an idea of how your cyber insurance can help. So with that, I just like to very, very quickly close this session. If we have time, I can take a couple of questions, but if not, we can very quickly move ahead. Thank you very much for your time, everyone. Yeah. Okay, so risk quantification in terms of dollar value, there is an option to do a business interruption calculation, but it's a very basic business interruption calculation, and we can explain that once it's there. No, we are a cyber security consulting and services company, but we have built a tool specific for insurers. One of our lines of business is to help companies get cyber insurance. Any insurance company can work with us on this. We work with 3 or 4 of them. We can discuss offline. Yes, please. We are a services company. We give services to organizations. We help them improve their score so that they can get better and more reasonable cyber insurance, but we are not insurers. And we are not tied up with any insurer either. Yes, please. Oh, yes. So IT Act 2000 is applicable. It now gets connected to the BNSS and the BNS actually. All of these are applicable, yes. I think the percentage is very small. The large companies which are regulated, like they're regulated by either RBI or by SEBI or by the mandatory things, they have cyber insurance. The companies which are not regulated do not go in for cyber insurance. The only way in which they go in for cyber insurance is when the insurance company sells them a bundled insurance. They sell them professional indemnity, directors and officers liability, and along with that, they try and sell cyber insurance. So they buy it without knowing what they're buying. Yeah. Thank you so much. We don't have time, but I am available for this session. Please be free to reach out and we'll discuss at any point of time. Thank you so much.
To stay informed about the startup ecosystem, subscribe to MyStartupTV.